Hey everyone, Game Park here, and today what I thought I'd do was my game pickups for the month of March 2026. So yes, as you can see, I have quite a pile of games all around the table, but let's just get into it and start with what we have right here in front of us, and that is a package from Limited Run Games, and these are some of the items that I got from them for Jetset Radio. So here we have the Dreamcast trading cards CD case. I guess it includes this one Dreamcast trading card pack and one exclusive logo trading card. And yeah, I really like getting these because they are, real CD cases. I haven't actually opened any of them up just yet, but I definitely like the way they look, and if they are, obviously official and have some nice Dreamcast related goodies inside, then I am always going to be getting something like this. So yeah, that's what we have here, the Dreamcast trading cards for Jetset Radio. And I also got this t-shirt from them, and I haven't opened it up just yet, but I just really like these kind of like simple t-shirts that have like a small design here on the pocket, and on the back they have like a larger image, and I think this one has like a lot of the different characters from Jetset Radio. So yeah, it's gonna be nice to just have this this t-shirt. But these are the two items that I got from Limited Run Games. So moving this to the side, we're gonna jump into this next pile over here. These games come from VGP, which is definitely my favorite retailer for brand new games, and I got a couple of games from VGP in March, and the first one that we have here is Fantasy Tavern Sextet, which means 6 people, volume 1 through 3 trilogy pack. And here we have some artwork. I believe it also includes, I opened it up just to, or remove the sticker just to see what was inside. And it comes with these Play Asia Joy-Con stickers, because Play Asia is essentially the one who published it, but VGP just bought from them so they could sell on their website, and I kind of just prefer it for the free shipping purposes. But yeah, it came with this Joy-Con sticker and the actual game here. And here's some screenshots right there of the game and some of the characters. So yeah, really good price. Comes with 3 different games. I guess it's a trilogy pack. And yeah, just one of the games that I picked up from the GP. And the next one that we have over here is Golden Tee Arcade Classics. So I used to work a long time ago at a golf dome, like a golf course, and they had these they had a bunch of different arcade cabinets, but one of the games they had was this Golden Tee, and I always remember seeing it. I'm like, yeah, it includes I'm not a fan of golf at all, to be perfectly honest, but I do like, some golf related games, especially if they're more arcadey, and this just really brought back a lot of memories. Plus it has these other games as well here, like bowling and shuffle shot. So I guess like that's like a shuffleboard game. I'm like, you know what, yeah, let's go ahead and pick that up and just relive the memories of when I got my first job, essentially. So yeah, that's Golden Tee Arcade Classics. Next, we have Fairy Fencer F Refrain Chord, PS4 game, RPG. It was going for very, very, very cheap. So I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and just pick that up, because I do want to, continue adding to my PS4 collection, and looked like a fun game. Idea Factory, really like the artwork on it as well. So I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and just add it to the cart. And the next one that we have here is Sonic Forces. I never had Sonic Forces before on any system, and I know this has been now for a very long time, but VGP had it for a really great price, and I just rounded it up to the cart and added it's brand new, and I'm like, yeah, let's just get this Sonic game that I'm missing. But yeah, not the greatest game, but I heard, but I'll give it a try and see what I think of it myself. But yeah, that's Sonic Forces for the Xbox One. And the last game that we had from VGP is Tales of Berseria. So this is a port to the Xbox Series X. It was also released on PS5 and Switch. This is the remastered version. I didn't have this version at all and previously before on any other system. So I'm really happy that I was able to get this for the Xbox, especially because Namco seems to not be releasing these RPGs physically in the West for the Xbox. So that's why it has this PEGI 16 rating over here. But I really like to support RPGs and Japanese developed games on the Xbox, because I feel that the next Xbox console is just not even going to have any physical games, let alone, you know, a lot of like Japanese developed games in the same kind of way. So I'm like, let me essentially pick up the games that I'm interested in for the Xbox now. I really like getting like Japanese games on the Xbox. I prefer the controller and so many other reasons. But yeah, that's one of the main reasons that I wanted to get it. Is plus I've never played it before, so VGP is great in that regard, where they are, you know, selling their games in North America from different regions. And yeah, I'm super excited to give Tales of Berseria a playthrough. So yeah, good to have Tales of Berseria for the Xbox Series X. The next pile that we have over here, all these games are gonna come from Play Asia. So we have some cute little stickers here, and they were having a sale. I believe it was for the Lunar New Year, which is why it has this horse right here. So yes, that's Play Asia, and here are some games that I picked up during their sale. And this is Switch Renai. This is a Switch game, a little risque, as you can see from the back over here, but yeah, it looked like a pretty fun game. It was on sale, so decided to add it to the cart. Next one that we have over here is Minecraft Dungeons Hero Edition. So yeah, this is, I'm not like a huge fan of Minecraft, but I believe this is like a more story driven, kind of like narrative driven game, and it just looked like pretty fun. And just based off the screenshots and everything like that, it looked just like a really fun dungeon crawler, I guess. So I'm like, let me pick it up. And I just like more like narrative based or story driven kind of games like these. So if that's what this is about, then I picked it up. And this is the Hong Kong version. Looks kind of cool. I kind of like the Chinese text on the cover as well. It's all official, obviously, as you can see from this little sticker right here, which identifies that it's an official game. So yeah, good to have Minecraft Dungeons for the Xbox One. The next one that I have here is WRC Generations for the Series X and Xbox One. This was going for really cheap. I think it was like $10 or so. And I really like, like rally kind of games like these for all systems. And yeah, just the price was enough to kind of sell me on it. I played rally games on the Xbox, which started with Rally Sport Challenge. I love that game for the original Xbox. So when I see fun rally games, like these, I'll try to pick them up, especially if the price is right. So yeah, that's WRC Generations. The next one that I have here is Demon Slayer Sweep the Board. So it's a Sega published game, and yeah, I didn't have this one before. I think this is more of like a board game based, kind of like a Mario Party. And yeah, as I said before, I really like supporting, when publishers release more like Japanese developed games for the Xbox. So I went ahead and picked this one up. Pretty good price on it as well. I felt like it was starting to get a little rarer. I hadn't really seen it, and I knew it was gonna be, brand new. So I decided to go ahead and pick it up. And it just looks like a really fun game. And I hope that the I guess like the mini games are just really fun. But yeah, I'm willing to give it a shot. So that's Demon Slayer Sweep the Board for the Xbox Series X and Xbox One. The next one that I have here is Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged. And yeah, this is the sequel to Unleashed, which I played a lot previously on the Xbox through Game Pass. And I never got a chance to pick that one up because I kind of wanted the little like limited edition one that came with the car. But I saw this one is like relatively new, I guess. And it had all this like extra stuff. And it was going for super cheap, maybe like $6 or something like that. And I was like, yeah, you can't go wrong with that. It's a fun, arcadey racer, and really easy to get into. It is the Australian version. I think maybe the reason why they were selling so cheap is because they might have had like an abundance of this particular version compared to like the North American or even the European ones. But yeah, it was like super cheap. I don't really care too much about the the ratings on the cover art, as long as the price is right. I'll opt for the cheaper versions if it's like a significant difference. So I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead, and $6 compared to like $30 on the other versions. Yeah, I'll go for the cheap one. If I ever see the North American version for cheaper, I wouldn't mind like exchanging it, like selling this one off and getting the North American one. But doesn't matter. Game is fun, and glad to have Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged Day 1 edition for the Xbox Series X and Xbox One. And the next one that I have here is SVC Chaos, SNK versus Capcom. I have this game for the original Xbox, but this is, I think there were some enhancements made to this one. I don't believe it's like a straight port, but even if it is, it doesn't matter because I just really like, SNK and Capcom fighters, and they were selling this for pretty cheap, especially compared to, say, like the limited run games editions. And yeah, I'm like, let's go ahead and pick up a good fighter, for the PS4. Great price on it, very low, and decided to add it to the cart. But yeah, that's SNK versus Capcom SVC Chaos for the PS4 from PlayAsia. Next, we are going to go into the eBay auctions, or just, buy it now sales, basically eBay stuff. But the first one that I have here is the Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life Premium Edition for the Xbox Series X. I have the previous Story of Seasons game, Friends of Mineral Town, I believe, for the Xbox, and this is the sequel that came after that one. And yeah, it's just another like Japanese developed game for the Xbox. I was waiting on this one for a while because it was a little higher in terms of like price or what I was willing to pay for it, especially because I did kind of prefer like this having the edition from the premium edition, the additions inside. And yeah, I finally found it for a really good price on eBay. And the cool thing about it is obviously has like the game here, which has a really nice discard on it, kind of like this like pastel watercolor type of look. Very nice. But it also has like a tip guide here, which is like formatted to actually fit nicely in the Xbox case. I'm not sure if it's the same one that they use for the PS4 version. I think this would be too big for the Switch, but at least for the Xbox One, it's like the perfect size for the case, and just really happy about that. And yeah, it's basically just like kind of like tips and like information about the game, essentially like an instruction manual without like all the very common stuff that you would see, like what does each button do and stuff like that. I feel like these are just kind of like extra additions now, but just happy to have something inside, and actually full color little manual here. That's awesome. And the disc itself, so it actually feels like a very complete version of the game here. And the extras are actually pretty cool too. Comes with this little goat plushie here, goat plush. The last one that was released for the Xbox and the other versions as well, Friends of Mineral Town, came with like a little pink cow. So same deal, just a plushie. This is the goat. The previous one had a pink cow. Very cute. And it comes with this banner, which is essentially, I think, just the cover art here for the box. But yeah, really good price on this one. Came with these little extras. And yeah, just really happy to have some more cozy games for the Xbox Series X. And there we have a Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life. Then the next one that I have here, continuing from eBay, is this Record of Agarest War, the Really Naughty Limited Edition. This is a well, at this point, pretty old game now, especially with this limited edition. I remember seeing this back in the day at several stores, and as you can tell from this box, this is actually considered acceptable just because this has got to be one of the flimsiest boxes I've ever seen, ever, even back then when they kept it and at stores. I went to Fry's, I remember, and it was they were always just torn up and ripped like right through the cover. And I don't know what Axis was thinking when they decided to put all this extra stuff inside this box, but yeah, it doesn't hold. I believe it comes with these this mouse pad over here, and I believe like the width of it is just like too wide for this box. So like I think you can kind of see how much wider the mouse pad is compared to the box. So it's like just like, you know, stretches it out like this. I'm like, yeah, you really messed up in terms of like the dimensions of like the box, but nonetheless I still wanted it just because it was in pretty, I've always wanted this game, you know, like it's just, if by this box's standards, this is actually like pretty good. You can still see all the art on here, very naughty, lol, but it's still, you know, visible. And yeah, just always wanted this game. So like a strategy RPG, and yeah, just really glad to have it. It's such a shame that this box is always just messed up, but I'm like, let me just finally pick it up. I saw it for a really good price on eBay. It comes with all the stuff that I wanted, just like the little cloth here, obviously the mouse pad over here, very, very nice, and it comes with the game. Obviously it comes with a manual, game right here, and the soundtrack right over here. So yeah, finally happy to have Record of Agarest War for the 360, and with an acceptable outer box for the really naughty limited edition of the game. So yeah, that's good to have. Next, we'll move on to my pile from a trip I took to Florida earlier or late last month now, March. And I picked up a couple games at some of the stores over there. And the first one that I have here is Final Fight. And yeah, just never had this one before. I have a lot of, you know, other not so great Super Famicom games that, like, in terms of like the game itself, but the cartridges are great. So I'm thinking about just like swapping out the back and, you know, giving Final Fight a little bit more appreciation, make it look a little nicer. So when I saw that, you know, for $13, not too bad. Final Fight, I haven't had this game physically in any form, so I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and pick that up. And they were also doing a buy one get another one half off, so I decided to get Fatal Fury 2 here for $10. And yeah, this one is in a lot better condition, but nonetheless I'm still going to swap it out with, you know, a less interesting game for Super Famicom. And those are the games that I picked up at this one particular store. I'm not exactly sure what it was called. It might have been RU Game, but yeah, I picked up these two items right there. The next one that I picked up here was Cleopatra's Fortune. And yeah, I've been actually after this game for quite a while. For a long time, I wanted to get the European edition because it's actually, it looks super shovelware-y. This is like a terrible, you know, cover. But it's actually a Taito-based game. As you can see, it's very, you know, Japanese in terms of like the aesthetics, because it is, you know, it's a Taito developed game. And this was just the way they localized it in the US. So the European one has like the much nicer cover art, which is based off like the Japanese version. But yeah, this North American one is like just not appealing at all. And so the only way you would know what it is if you kind of knew a little bit more of a background about it. And yeah, I'm glad that I was able to find it for a great price. And it just, yeah, hadn't seen it very often. So I was glad that I was able to pick up Cleopatra's Fortune for the PS1. Next, we have here The Last Blade 2, Heart of the Samurai. This is one of the Dreamcast games that I've been wanting to get for quite a while now. I have most of the other fighters like from H-Tech, like Fatal Fury and the King of Fighters 99 Evolution games, things like that. But this was the only one that I was actually missing. So I'm glad that I saw it at a store, reasonable price. And yeah, just went ahead and got it because I just been wanting it. And also glad to, support, local businesses there. And I could see the condition of it. Everything looked really nice, nothing torn. Yeah, just a really good condition game that I've been seeking for quite a while, and glad I finally have the Let's Play 2 for the Dreamcast. And then the last game that I picked up during that trip was R-Type Final. So yeah, I have the sequel, R-Type Final 2 for the Xbox One. But I've always wanted the original PS2 version. I really wanted it to be, really neat and complete. And the manual, is crispy, really, really nice. The disc here, nothing written on it, no stickers or anything. The case is like really nice condition, no scratches or any rips or anything like that, no discoloration. So I'm like, you know what? I think it's worth it to just finally pick it up in person, and super, super happy to have it for a reasonable price, yeah, no shipping, so could just get it right away. But that's R-Type Final for the PS2. I'm really happy to have that one. Next, we have a couple of Japanese 360 shooters right here. And the first one that I have here is Mamorukun Cursed for the Xbox 360, developed by G-Rev. And yeah, I've been wanting this one for a while. I know I have the Mamorukun Recursed for the Switch, the limited edition, but I've also always just really wanted the original one on the 360, and it's also on PS3. I really just like getting like the 360 shoot 'em ups. And yeah, this is actually sealed, brand new. So it's never been used before, and it's just I love the box. I love, the game itself. I've played it. And yeah, it's just a really good, nice, clean copy to have, completely new, no discoloration whatsoever, especially for Japanese games. They just tend to get a lot of their spines sun faded. But this one is brand new, and I'm like, yeah, I can't resist. I gotta finally pick it up. So super happy to have Mamorukun Cursed for the Xbox 360. Comes with the soundtrack as well. So yeah, good to have. And then the next one that I have here is a Ginga Force, also for the 360. Similar thing, brand new seal, never used before, no discoloration, just a fun shooter overall. And yeah, just want to fill out a little bit more of my 360 collection with some of these Japanese shooters. And I'm glad that I was able to get these from Professor Raichu on Instagram. So I bought both of these from him. So thank you so much, Professor Raichu. Really appreciate it, and love having these as part of the collection now. Alrighty, and the last batch that I have over here is going to be some games that I picked up from Whatnot Auctions, and these all come from Paul Weber, as I've mentioned in pretty much all my previous monthly pickups. We're going to start here. Yeah, here's a little sticker from Paul. We're going to start with the portable games, and then we'll end up with some of the console games. And the first one we have up here is a freebie for the Game Boy. And let's see what it is. It is... what is this? Matarantaro. Yeah, I'm not really sure what kind of game this is, but you can have a little cable here. Not sure what it is, but it's a freebie. So thank you. I always appreciate freebies. So thank you, Paul, for that. And here we have a couple of 3DS and DS games. So the first one that we have here is Phoenix Wright 5. Very nice to have. And I thought that he mentioned that it also has English language support. So one of these games has like English language support. So I have to check it out. I think they're all complete too. Yeah. So it has like the game and the instruction manual essentially. So good to have. Ace Attorney 5 here. Then we have Monster Hunter 4G. Not sure if I have this one already or not, but here's a bunch of stuff. It comes complete with everything. Not exactly the biggest fan of these particular portable Monster Hunter games. I'm more into like the Monster Hunter stories kind of games, but yeah, a lot of these games came like, as a bundle. So it was like, both of these games for $3. So, I can't tell him to like, don't include that other game. I'm like, you never know when you might need like extra cases as well. So I appreciate it. Like the bundles are a great way to, save some money in case I ever want to play it also. So here we have Weekly Kids Calendar. It's part of like a puzzle series. Very cute little kitty here on the front cover. And yeah, it's like a jigsaw puzzle kind of game. So a lot of these are going to be bundles. I'm sure there was like a game that I wanted and then like 3 other games were just bundled with it. All super, super cheap. So probably like, 75 cents for each game. Can't pass it up. So something like that. Now, yeah, here we have this game here. Weekly Kids Calendar. It's a puzzle. Komekuri. Yeah. Here we have Rhythm DS. Or Walking Rhythm DS. So I think this is like a something that you're supposed to like track with like your steps or something like that. This card is obviously not in very good condition, but doesn't matter. This background kind of gives me like Katamari vibes, especially on the PS2. But yeah, just really nice artwork actually. I kind of like it. But that's that one. Here we have Otono no DS Gorufu, which is like adults DS golf. So I think it's supposed to be a little bit more realistic, kinda. I think this was also released in North America, but yeah, like these kind of golf games, like more by Nintendo, they're a little more fun. Not super interested in like the more super realistic games, even though I do have a couple. But yeah, good to have a game like this, DS golf. Then the next one that I have here is Gambaru something Diary. Just it's like a diary kind of thing. Maybe some writing stuff. Part of the bundle, just stuff included inside. Not sure if I'm gonna really play that, but might probably end up getting rid of it as I mentioned in the past. Here we have Brain Age, one of the Brain Age games. These obviously come with like all the pamphlets and stuff like that. And instruction manuals. Yeah, I would rather play that in English, so I'll put that to the side. I think there was another training. Yeah, this one over here, same thing. I think it's like more DS training. So yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to do like the kanji because it's been such a long time since I studied Japanese. So yeah, maybe these are good candidates for either cases, to use with other games, or just to, sell off and make some money back on that. Then we have something Kids DS. I'm not sure exactly what kind of game this is, but I think it's maybe like a kid's version of like Brain Age, essentially. But yeah, this one looks a little bit more interesting, so I'm probably gonna keep this one. Yeah, you can tell a kid wrote something on the cartridge here. Yeah. So yeah, but nonetheless, I think I like this one a little bit more. It's a little bit more colorful, so I'll probably end up keeping this one. And the last one that we have here is Sound Communication System Band Brothers DX. So this is like a music-based type of game. Looks pretty fun. It says it has like J-pop, anime songs, and all sorts of other stuff. So yeah, I don't think this came out in North America, but it looks familiar. I might be confusing it with something else, but yeah, this looked just super interesting, so I wanted to get it, and looks cool. So really into music stuff, so glad to have that. But all right, and then moving on to the next pile here, continuing from Paul, we have some stickers, but we have a couple of GameCube, PS2, Wii, and Xbox games. So the ones that we have up here are Naruto 2. I have the North American version of this, but yeah, I ended up getting this one. Doesn't come with the manual, but comes with the cover, the cardboard sleeve. And here we have this is the one that I really wanted, which is the Ultraman kart racer. So yeah, it looks like a really fun game. Wasn't aware of this one from before. But yeah, just saw it. I'm like, hey, let me check it out. Obviously, not in like the greatest condition, but it is a kart racer. So I'm like, yeah, that's definitely my jam. Super super cheap. So I'm like, let me go ahead and pick that up, and I did. So there we have that one. Next one we have here is Mario Party 4. I ended up getting this one because my Japanese version of Mario Party 4 is a little messed up. It was not reading in the GameCube, so I'm like, let me get a spare one. And Paul happened to be selling one, so I'm like, yeah, I can take that and put it in the other case and maybe use this GameCube case for, another one that's not as in great condition. And here we have Mario Party 7. Believe I have this one, but not exactly sure. Nonetheless, if I do have it, I can, just sell it somewhere else. And then here we'll do a couple of the portable games. We have Hamtaro 2. As I mentioned in my last video, really like these Game Boy Color games. Very nice aesthetic, and I like Hamtaro. We also have Anpanman. Never played this game before, not too familiar with it, but yeah, I like Anpanman. So decided to get that one for the Game Boy Color. And we have Pocket Bomberman. So Game Boy Color game. That was a really nice trio here for the Game Boy Color. So really happy to have picked those up. And continuing with the portable games, we have here Ace Attorney 3, just the card itself. We also have Inazuma 11 2, soccer game, maybe soccer RPG, I believe it is. And here we have Mini Moni, which is based off an idol group in Japan from back in the day. So yeah, I wasn't familiar with it, but with this particular game, but I'm like, let me go ahead and pick it up. I know that there's been some Mini Moni games by Sega, but this one's by Konami. So I'm like, let me go ahead and between like the kind of like the last one, like the Trilogy seems good, especially these two. But then Inazuma just came packed along, so I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and get that too. Then moving on to the PS2 games, I have Ratchet and Clank 3. Really like these Japanese covers because they're so different from the North American ones. And yeah, just like a fun Ratchet and Clank game. Never, I don't believe I played this one before, so looking to pop it in and check that one out. Then here we have Ultimate Muscle, Kinuku-Man, so Generations. Like a bit of a wrestling game, kind of has like this foil type of cover, which was very very neat. Came bundled with that Ratchet and Clank, but yeah, kind of like a wrestling game. Looks pretty fun, so I decided to pick that up. Then for the Wii, we have Shiren the Wanderer 3, Sega game for the Wii, developed by Chunsoft, I believe. And yeah, just like one of these Shinren the Wanderer games, exploration, action RPG type games. So good to have. I believe this one is complete as well. Very nice disc art here. So look at that. Yeah, very, very cool. And the manual looks cool too. So yeah, wanted to pick that one up. Next one we have here is Crayon Shin-chan for the Wii. I have a couple of Crayon Shin-chan games for like the 3DS, and I think also the DS, and I think another one for the Wii, I believe. But yeah, always like to play these Crayon Shin-chan games. They're pretty fun, and was bundled with the Shinren, so I decided to pick it up. Yeah, it says a Wii family variety, so it's like kind of like mini games and stuff, which for the Wii, especially like Japanese games, I don't mind. They're easy to like pick up and play. And then the last batch that we have here are Xbox games. Continuing with that is Maximum Chase for the original Xbox, Japanese version. I know this was released in North America, but yeah, decided to pick this up nonetheless. Good price for the bundle, that one. And next one, Sega GT 2002 with Jetset Radio Future. I do have this one already, but it's always good to have, and I don't know if any of my friends don't have it, you know, like we'll probably just give it to them because it's such a great game, especially Jetset Radio Future is one of my favorites on the original Xbox. So good to have that one. And then just kind of like a filler game that came included. It's All-Star Baseball 2005 featuring Derek Jeter. The game, in the case, everything is in really good condition. The only issue is that I would like to use these, but they come with these holographic like baseball stickers, almost as if they knew that you would like gut the game and use it for like another game that wasn't as in great condition. But yeah, whatever. It's just a filler game. But we have that stack right there, the DS games and the console games right here, all from Paul Weber on Whatnot. So thank you so much, Paul, for those. And yeah, that is actually gonna do it for all of my pickups for the month of March 2026. So if you join me for this one, thank you so much. Yeah, let me know what games you guys picked up in March. Did you take advantage of any of the sales, kind of like I did? There were a decent amount of sales, so I really hope that everybody got a chance to, you know, pick some up and enjoy. Maybe you picked up something that you hadn't seen for, you know, you've been eyeing for a while now. So I really hope that was the case for everybody who watched. But yeah, just trying to display some of the games that we have here. But yeah, if you join me for this pickups video, I want to thank you so much. Let me know what you guys picked up, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.